Hi everybody, this is Symphonic Elk and I'm coming at you with the Alfred83Comix 300 Subscriber Appreciation Contest. So what are the rules? The rules are you have to be over 18. If you've ever seen a video with my face in it, you will notice the gray in my beard. I'm definitely over 18. I am definitely sub to Alfred83. And then he wanted us to go over our 5 juiciest comic books or comic covers. And so I'm not sure that I've necessarily gathered the 5 juiciest covers I have, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit different than what some of the other contest entries have done. Try not to have as much overlap. So I'll explain my picks. I wanted to talk a minute for Alfred83 or about Alfred83Comix. First off, congratulations, man. Channel's great. I hope one day that I will be at 300 subs. I'm not sure that will or won't happen, but hey, fingers crossed. It's a great achievement, and you're well deserving. Your videos show the work that you've put in, the knowledge that you have, the energy. It's really great. I definitely enjoy when you put out the videos. I definitely make time to watch them. So thanks for having this contest, and let's get started. So my first entry is not Lady Death. It is Shauna the She-Devil #1, the first appearance of Shauna the She-Devil. So yeah, I mean, as juicy covers go, this is probably not the juiciest one anyone has ever seen. However, it's 1970s juicy, and yeah, a little bit different time. Certain aspects of the women weren't quite as big back then, at least in the comics, and maybe not quite as revealing, but I'm going to guess that when this came out in the 70s, this was quite juicy. The next one is a little 1990s love, Lady Death Wizard #1/2. I loved these comics when I was a kid. Well, I mean, I really wasn't allowed to buy Lady Death, although I did get this one. I love the 1/2 comics. They were super awesome. Some of my favorite books from when I was a kid came from the Wizard inserts. I happily pulled those things out and paid my, I don't know, $5 to $7, whatever it was back in the day. And I will say one thing. One time, the postal service worker, he stuck my bone 13.5 and bent it in the mailbox. And it was disappointing. But anyway, back to Lady Death and why this cover is juicy. Yeah, I think this around now with although Vampirella has been around since the 70s, but this was really the resurgence of and introduction into comics of the scantily clad women. And I mean, I think back then Lady Death was iconic for how little she wore and how well, some of her assets anyway. So that's why I have it here. The next comic I have is Marvel #5. This is the Greg Horn quote-unquote nude variant. It's supposedly hard to find and is potentially recalled. But as you can tell, it doesn't get a lot juicier than this. Not quite sure exactly what she's doing on the cover, but she's certainly, well, potentially ready for a good time. Who knows? The next cover I have is Art Germ's Fly #1 cover. I like this one. It's not necessarily, I mean, for a Xenoscope title, it's actually really tame. But I like this because of the homage to Amazing Fantasy. I like the reverse of the woman carrying the man. I think that's pretty interesting. And yeah, it's pretty juicy. I hope their honeymoon is promising as it potentially looks like it could be. The next cover I have is very juicy and very much covered up because this is the Conan number 24 nude variant cover. And I don't feel like getting in trouble with YouTube, so there you go. Look it up on the internet, use your imagination. She's not wearing clothes. Hint. Hope that's not too much of a spoiler. Anyway, so the next comic I have is the last one, and it is actually a bonus comic. So Conan was actually number 5, and I think this may be the juiciest cover in the history of comics. And without further ado, let's show it. Alf number 48, the notorious safety seal cover. Let me just put you this way. If that seal has any juice in him, Alf is squeezing it out. It's like he's making some fresh squeezed orange juice, that's all I'm going to say. And yeah, it's not necessarily what you would think of when you think of hot and juicy covers, but you can see it. So there you go. Anyway, congratulations, Alfred83. Here's to 400, which you're well on your way to. And yeah, I'll end with this. When out buying comics, make sure that the juice is worth the squeeze. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks for spending a little bit of your time with me today. Have a good one.